Dear students, welcome to the today's chemistry class. We are discussing solution chapter. In the last class we discussed some colligative properties like elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point and relative lowering of vapor pressure. And also we discussed some numerical problems to solve molecular mass of the solute. So in this class let us discuss another important colligative property, that is osmotic pressure. Before discussing osmotic pressure, let us discuss osmosis. Osmosis. Osmosis is the general phenomenon in which the solvent molecules moves from solvent side to the solution side through a semi-permeable membrane. So here the solvent molecules moves from lower concentration or from dilute solution to the higher concentration. Solvent molecules moves through a semi-permeable membrane called as osmosis. The process in which the solvent molecules moves from solvent to the solution, side through a semi-permeable membrane. Is called osmosis. So the process in which movement of solvent molecules takes place from solvent side to the solution side by means of semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis. So here semi-permeable membrane is nothing but the membrane which allows only the solvent molecules to pass through it but not the solute particles. ಯಾವ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲೋ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸಚ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ಸ್, ದ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಅಲೋಸ್ ದಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ semi-permeable membrane to the solution side. The membrane which allows the movement of only solvent molecules to pass through it is called as a semi-permeable membrane. That is semi-permeable membrane. SPM. So semi-permeable membrane is nothing but the membrane which allows the movement of only solvent molecules through it but not the solute particles. The membrane which allows only solvent molecules to pass through it but not the solute particles. Is called as a semi-permeable membrane. So the membrane which allows only the solvent molecules to pass through it but not the solute particles is called as semi-permeable membrane. We have plant membranes and animal membranes and synthetic membranes. They are called as semi-permeable membranes. Examples for semi-permeable membrane like parchment paper, parchment paper, cellophane, cellophane paper, cellophane paper, and pig's bladder skin, pig's bladder skin are called as a semi-permeable membrane. So semi-permeable membranes have very micro pores, small holes or small pores, so that only it allows solvent molecules to pass through it, but not the solute particles. We have one synthetic semi-permeable membrane also. That synthetic SPM, synthetic semi-permeable membrane, man-made or synthetic semi-permeable membrane. So that is cuprous ferrocyanide, cuprous ferrocyanide, cuprous ferrocyanide, Cu2FeCN6. So cuprous ferrocyanide is called as the synthetic semi-permeable membrane, which is highly efficient used for the osmosis process, because which allows only the solvent molecules to pass through it, but not the solute particles. The holes or the pores in the synthetic semi-permeable membranes are very small, so that only solvent molecules moves through it. So the process in which the movement of solvent molecules takes place from lower concentration to the higher concentration through the semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis. This process of osmosis can be explained experimentally as process of osmosis can be explained experimentally as: take a highly concentrated sugar solution in a Thiessen funnel. So take a high concentration of Thiessen funnel, sugar solution in a Thiessen funnel. So Thiessen funnel is a glass funnel, glass tube. So this is the Thiessen funnel, and the mouth of Thiessen funnel is tied with semi-permeable membrane. So this is the Thiessen funnel. So in this highly concentrated sugar solution is taken. So this is Thiessen funnel. Thiessen funnel. The mouth of Thiessen funnel is tied with semi-permeable membrane, SPM. So in this Thiessen funnel, sugar solution is taken. Sugar solution, high concentrated sugar solution is taken in the Thiessen funnel, and initially the height of solution, sugar solution taken is marked. So initially the height of sugar solution taken in the Thiessen funnel is marked, and later the Thiessen funnel is inverted. The Thiessen funnel is inverted and placed into the beaker containing water. Thiessen funnel is then placed into the beaker containing water. So this is the beaker containing water. Beaker beaker containing water. So after some time, solvent molecules from the beaker enters into the sugar solution from lower concentration to the higher concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. As a result, the height of the sugar solution rises in the Thiessen funnel. So this is the final height of the sugar solution. So that is final height and initial height of sugar solution is marked H. So pi is equals to H rho into G. H into rho into G. Pi is nothing but osmotic pressure. So whenever hydraulic pressure, water pressure becomes equal to the solution pressure, so then the osmosis stops. That means osmosis occurs until hydraulic pressure, water pressure becomes equal to the solution pressure. When both hydraulic pressure and osmotic pressure of the solution becomes equal, osmosis stops and final height of the sugar solution is noted. So that is the process in which solvent molecules moves from solvent to the solution side through the semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis. The process of osmosis can be explained by taking a high concentrated sugar solution in a Thiessen funnel. The mouth of Thiessen funnel is tied with or covered with semi-permeable membrane like parchment paper, pig's bladder skin, or cellophane paper, or cupric ferrocyanide. And Thiessen funnel is inverted and placed in the beaker containing pure water. After some time, the solvent molecules, that means water molecules, from solvent to the solution side enters through the semi-permeable membrane. As a result, the height of solution, the height of sugar level in the Thiessen funnel increases. The process of osmosis takes place, means entering of solvent molecules into the solution through the semi-permeable membrane takes place until hydraulic pressure, water pressure, solvent pressure becomes equal to the osmotic pressure of solution. When both the pressures becomes equal, osmosis stops. Then the final length or final height of the sugar solution is noted. So this is called as osmosis. Next, osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure. It is a colligative property denoted by pi. Osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure is nothing but the external pressure which is applied on the solution to prevent the process of osmosis. Andre movement of solvent molecules from solvent to the solution through the semi-permeable membrane can be prevented by applying external pressure equal to the osmotic pressure of solution on the solution. Osmosis is prevented. So osmotic pressure is the external pressure to be applied on the solution to prevent the movement of solvent molecules from solvent to the solution side through the semi-permeable membrane. So osmotic pressure can be defined as the external external pressure, the external pressure to be applied on the solution to prevent osmosis, or to prevent the flow of solvent molecules from solvent side to the solution side through the semi-permeable membrane. So that is the external pressure to be applied on the solution to prevent the process of osmosis, or to prevent the flow of water molecules or solvent molecules from solvent side to the solution side through the semi-permeable membrane is called as osmotic pressure. So it can be explained as consider solution in one beaker. This is solution. Consider a solution in beaker, and solution is in contact or is connected to the solvent beaker. So this is another beaker containing pure solvent. Okay. So this is the level of a solution. And this is the level of the solvent. And this is SPM, semi-permeable membrane. So here, if external pressure is not applied, external pressure is not applied on the solution, then solvent molecules from solvent side moves into the solution through the semi-permeable membrane, that is osmosis. But to prevent the process of osmosis, to prevent the movement of solvent molecules from solvent side to the solution side, the external pressure is applied equal to the osmotic pressure. So that is so here pi is equals to H rho into G. So this is the osmotic pressure. So whenever external pressure, osmotic pressure, the external pressure is applied on the solution ಮೇಲೆ apply ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ the movement of solvent molecule from solvent side to the solution is prevented. ಅಂದ್ರೆ solution ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ solvent molecules solution ಕಡೆ ಬರೋದು ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ through the semi-permeable membrane. So that is called as osmotic pressure. So that is osmotic pressure is nothing but the external pressure to be applied on the solution side, to prevent the process called as osmosis. Osmosis na prevent ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ನ ನಾವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ to the solution side through the semipermeable membrane is prevented. So that is called as osmotic pressure. So that is the external pressure to be applied on the solution to prevent the osmosis, or external pressure to be applied on the solution to prevent the movement of solvent molecules from solvent to the solution side through the semi-permeable membrane is called as osmotic pressure. And once again, osmotic pressure is a colligative property. It is depends on the number of solute particles present in the solution. So that means osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the molar concentration of solution. That concentration of solution is depends on the number of solute particles, the number of moles of solute particles present in the solution. That is osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure is directly. Osmotic pressure is directly proportional. Is directly proportional to the molar concentration of solution at a given temperature. At a given temperature. That is, osmotic pressure is a colligative property which depends only on the number of solute particles present in the solution. So that number of solute particles decides the concentration of solution, which decides in turn the osmotic pressure of solution. So that is, osmotic pressure is directly proportional to the molar concentration of a solution at a given temperature. Osmotic pressure will be denoted as pi. So osmotic pressure directly proportional to the concentration, molar concentration of solution at a given temperature, or pi is equals to R into Cd. Here where C is nothing but molar concentration of solution. Molar concentration of solution, R is nothing but solution constant, which has the same value as that of gas constant, 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole is the gas constant value, or the same value is applied for solutions also. So R is a solution constant. Pi is equal to R into C into T, and pi is equal to R into, here C is nothing but molar concentration. Molar concentration can be defined as number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. Is nothing but molarity. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಸಿ ಅಂತ, ಮೋಲಾರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಡ್ molar. Molar means molarity. Molarity means number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. So then C can be written as number of moles of solute L2 into C2 divided by V in terms of liters. So it is concentration, molar concentration is nothing but C. Molar concentration is nothing but number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. So that is C is equal to number of moles of solute. Number of moles of solute solution, volume of solution in liters, volume of solution in liters. So this C is equals to N2 divided by V. So that is molarity. C is nothing but molarity. R pi is R into N2 by V into T. Next, once again, number of moles N2. Number of moles of solute can be defined as mass of solute. Mass of solute divided by molecular mass of solute. Molecular mass of solute. Molecular mass of solute. So that is N2 is equal to W2 divided by M2. So that the final equation N2, in the place of N2 we can write W2, that is the mass of solute, divided by molecular mass of solute. So that pi is equals to R into W2 into T divided by M2 into V. So osmotic, this is the expression for osmotic pressure of solution. Osmotic pressure of solution. To obtain molecular mass of solute in terms of osmotic pressure, you can rearrange the equation. So then M2 is equals to W2 into RT divided by P pi into V. So this is the expression for calculating the molecular mass of solute by osmotic pressure. So here M2 means molecular mass of solute. Molecular mass of solute. W2 mass of solute and pi osmotic pressure V volume of solution in terms of liters. So M2 is molecular mass of solute, W2 mass of solute and pi osmotic pressure V volume of solution in terms of liters and T temperature in kelvins, and R solution constant. So like this expression for the calculation of molecular mass of the solute from osmotic pressure can be derived. So totally osmotic pressure is a colligative property, which is the external pressure to be applied on the solution to prevent the osmosis process or to prevent the flow of solvent molecules from solvent to the solution through the semi-permeable membrane. Next, let us calculate molecular mass of solute. Let us calculate molecular mass of solute and osmotic pressure based on the colligative property osmotic pressure. So let us take one numerical problems on osmotic pressure. Problems on contains 1.26 gram of protein. The osmotic pressure, osmotic pressure of solution, the osmotic pressure of solution at 300 Kelvin is found to be 2.57 into 10 power minus 3 bar. Stop. Calculate the molar mass of protein. So given R value is 0.083 liter bar per Kelvin per mole. R value given, that is a solution constant. So here 200 cm cube of an aqueous solution of protein contains 1.26 gram of protein. 1.26 gram of protein is the solute mass. The osmotic pressure of resultant solution at 300 Kelvin is 2.57 into 10 power minus 3 bar. So calculate molecular mass of protein. So given solution constant value. So let us write given data. Mass of solute. So that is mass of solute is here. Solute is protein. So mass of solute W2 1.26 gram, and osmotic pressure they are given. Osmotic pressure pi value they are given 2.57 into 10 power minus 3 bar, and temperature they are given 300 Kelvin, and R value they are given 0.083 liter bar per Kelvin per mole. We have to find the M2, molar mass of solute. So to find molar mass of solute in terms of osmotic pressure, we have M2 is equals to W2 into RT divided by pi into V. So M2 is equals to W2 1.26 gram into R 0.083 liter bar per Kelvin per mole into 300 Kelvin temperature, all divided by pi value osmotic pressure, that is 2.57 into 10 power minus 3 bar into volume. Volume in terms of liter we want. They are given. So the volume is V 200 cm cube. They are given 200 cm cube means in terms of liter 0.200 liter. 0.2 liter. So then 0.2 liter. So here per Kelvin cancels, and bar in terms of numerator and bar in denominator cancels. So let us calculate molecular mass. So that is 1.26 into Power is there in the denominator 10 power minus 3. Power is there. If it comes to the numerator 10 power plus 3. 10 power plus 3. And in the denominator meter is there. And in the numerator gram is there. So in the denominator liter and numerator liter cancels and remaining is gram per mole. So this is the final answer. M2 is equal to 61.038910 into 10 power 3 gram per mole is the molecular mass of the protein. We calculated molecular mass of protein based on osmotic pressure.